right, everybody. Welcome back to Three Crown. I don't think we have any bookkeeping to do at the beginning of the session, so we can just sort of get right into it and do our little recap. So, previously on Three Crowns, the party are operating a mission on behalf of the crown of the King of Middlemere, which is the island kingdom where they currently are. And their mission is to attempt to locate the source of a bunch of nefarious criminal activity that's been occurring lately. The only lead was a symbol that they kept seeing during their travels earlier. And so in order to trace that symbol back to the source, the party are performing a bit of subterfuge where they are tricking a prisoner who worked for the organization that used that symbol into thinking that they were actually rescuing the prisoner from the dungeons of the castle of Eudora. And after convincing that prisoner that they are mercenaries working for the quote-unquote bandit king as well, they've begun to accompany the prisoner, Finlane, as he makes his way back to his agreed meeting spot with whoever he was supposed to meet on behalf of his bandit organization. The meeting was said to be in Tradewater, and so they've traveled across Middlemere to get to the coastal town of Tradewater, making several stops along the way. But as they arrived last session, they found that Tradewater was in a state of unrest. There were many soldiers wandering the streets, all clad in armor, carrying weapons and shields. And as they made their way to town square, they heard a crier on behalf of this new army, calling out to any who would join the revolutionary army and rise up against the tyranny of the king. And that was where we ended last session. And so that's where we'll return. So, let's get started. Thank you for the 19 months, Stacey. I didn't see it, but I do now. Yeah, 19 months. Wow, been a while, huh? Very kind of you. Thank you for that. And well, let's get right into it. So, hang on. 16 months from our venerated overlord. Thank you. Also very kind. You're both on a 3-month streak. Wow. Well, 27 from Senan. Wow. It's been that long, huh? Amazing. Really doesn't feel like that long, but I guess time flies. Alrighty. 27-month streak
27.
too. Damn.
Jeez,
Yeah, not just
I saw
27 months, but a 27-month streak as well. That's impressive.
that. Wow.
All right. So let's get into it. So as the 5 of you, Finlane included, are making your way to the town square of Tradewater, and hear that town crier calling out, "Rise up against the tyranny of the king." What do you do?
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, that makes things interesting.
Yeah, you think we should like hurry this out?
Teddy's gonna look at how Finlane took that information.
Okay, insight check him.
I got a 16.
I see it. Yeah, you look at him. He doesn't look like he's sort of any sort of way. He looks a little bit surprised by it, not really expecting that. And I guess the best way to describe it is conflicted.
Are we gonna go now to the place?
Well, we have to meet there. That's where they're recruiting people, right?
Yeah, wasn't the meeting place the tavern, which is currently being used for barracks for who knows how long?
Shit, I
Mhm.
forgot.
So I can fill you in because that was something that you learned last time, which was like 4 minutes ago for your characters, and a week for you guys. So you were told that there is actually an inn in the square. They pointed it out for you. But you were also informed that it's been sort of remade into a sort of barracks. But that doesn't mean that you couldn't still stay there. But you were also told that there's a tavern in town as well. That the docks had been sort of repurposed as well into a sort of tavern meeting spot. In fact, the tavern on the docks was also where this crier fellow said to gather if you were looking to join the Revolutionary Army.
I suppose it depends on where the meeting place was, Finn.
Finland looks at you and just says, "Well, there wasn't an exact meeting spot. I was told they'd find me when I rested."
Okay, well then choose one and that's where
Well,
we'll rest.
I don't know what to pick. I'll leave it to you four. You seem to understand these sorts of things better than I do.
It probably makes sense for them to, if they're not a part of this endeavor, that they're going to the revised and interim tavern.
You mean where they just said to go? If they, I think they mean go to the inn because that would be where you rest.
Alright, sure. You're the boss.
No, I'm just saying that's where people rest.
Do we want to check out anything else before we do?
Well, I don't know how long this one's going to take, so
Well, you guys got here kind of just past midday, so it's not particularly nighttime yet. You can scrounge around for a map of town if you want me to show you the map again. I won't make you RP that all out if you don't want to.
It's up to you guys. Somebody's got to pick what we're doing.
I feel like leaning on Gale this time.
all right. We'll go with what Gail says.
All right. What's the plan then? He looks at you, Gil.
I just go to the new tavern. See what's going on. Let you take lead. Figuratively speaking, they're gonna recognize you easier than they're gonna recognize us. Just feels right.
You want me to take lead?
At least visually, like
Uh,
you're the one that they're supposed to recognize and react to, so they at least need to have visual of you and know that you're there.
All right. I suppose so.
I'm assuming that as soon as they see you, um, we'll get our next, uh, our next, uh, I don't know, job, I guess.
I
Because I
imagine.
figure they'll have
Imagine
both.
so. If you all were told to accompany me, then I suppose so. It would make sense.
I
But we
can hope
don't know if
so.
it's the same people or not. It could be like they see you, and then a person on their side will now see us and know that because we're with you, we're the ones that. Yeah, it's
I think we're
it can
overthinking
be
it a little bit.
complicated.
I'll think
It
about
can
it
be
too much.
complicated.
Let's get
Is
going.
what I'm saying.
It is
So
all
we
rather
go there and
complex
we
behind the scenes. I'm not really sure how it works either.
Yeah.
let's just go.
To the
Do you know
docks, then.
the new place? Yeah, the docks.
Well, I've never been inside. Like I said, I've not much experience with trade water.
Okay.
Well,
To the
I
docks,
guess
then.
we start walking, figure it out.
All right, very well. Then you make your way west, heading towards the ocean, along a dirt path.
Teddy's gonna hang back, pretend to look like he's sulking because he's not in charge, but really he's uh, just saying in the Sending Stone militia rise up against the king, trade water. And then if he hears the town crier, he'll just be near the town crier and just hear or let him what he says go through the Sending Stone.
Fair enough, yeah. Yeah, the town crier is just kind of periodically making the same announcement to every couple of minutes as new folk kind of bustle through the square. So you can kind of linger a little bit and let that pass through as well.
Mhm.
Very well. You don't get a response from your sending stone, but the message has been passed on. And Gail, I assume you're going too, so let me copy you all together. So, you make your way along the streets of Tradewater and eventually arrive at the docks. So, let me bring you there. And as you arrive in the sort of fishery district where the docks are, you can see that there's a crowd gathered here as well. You can see more soldiers, but also just kind of average townsfolk, all bustling into a sort of crowd that begins forming around this sort of central wooden platform. There are two major buildings in the fishery district, both kind of on either side of this little square here.
follow Finn, I guess.
Very well. Finn kind of tentatively makes his way and starts to push through part of the crowd to get closer to the buildings. You can see him kind of pause a little bit as you wade through the crowd, not really sure if it's the north or south building. But as you push through said crowd and kind of look beyond the platform, you can see the ocean stretch off into the distance beyond the docks, with tall ships out in the water, likely fishing boats. Man, Roll20 is laggy today.
It was lagging a bit yesterday for me.
I think every time they do an update, they make the site worse. They did a major update to the aesthetic of everything, and I opted out of it because I didn't want to make it worse. But I think it's made it worse anyway. Yeah. So Finlay kind of pauses in the crowd, and then you see him just kind of go, well, I suppose we ought to just ask then.
Yeah.
He pushes his way through the crowd a little bit further and then just kind of stops next to someone who looks like they belong here, and just asks, is the one to the north the tavern, or is it the one to the south? And the man kind of turns to look at him and just goes, it's the one to the north, but kind of squints a little bit. You're not getting in there. Why not? Asked Finn. And the man kind of looks behind Finn and sees you all kind of crowding up behind him. And just goes, new faces. If you're here to sign up for the Revolutionary Army, maybe, but otherwise, new faces are frowned upon in town.
Okay. I've walked past the guy.
As you kind of make your way towards the door to the tavern, a rather burly-looking fellow with a long white beard steps into your path, Tibber. And just goes, don't recognize you.
I could say the same.
Difference is I belong here. Can't say the same for yourself.
Okay.
What's your business?
I'll look around at Kaj and go.
Do you work here or something?
You could say that.
Why are you outside then?
Making sure undesirables don't get in.
Well,
We're
I
here to
understand
see some
why you're
friends.
outside then.
You gonna state your purposes or not?
We're here to see friends.
Friends, huh? Who?
It's a good question. Finn, did we ever get a name for our friends?
You turn towards him and he just looks a little like a deer in the headlights. No.
Well, there you go. I guess our friends didn't pay us to care about who they were. Regardless, we've got friends.
You do understand why that sounds rather flimsy, don't you?
No.
Well, suppose that's your problem then.
You gonna do something about it?
Not going to let you in, that's what.
How tall is he?
He's shorter than you, but he's taller than everybody else.
I'm gonna step up on him.
He looks like a pretty, like kind of robust fisherman type. He's got some bulging muscles, despite his age. If you step on him, you can step up on him. You can make an intimidation check if you want.
Sure. I haven't gotten to use this. I probably roll like ass. Yup.
Yeah, you kind of step up to him, but he doesn't really budge. The stalwart sailor he is stays put, and he just kind of juts out his chin at you and goes, "You know you wouldn't be picking a fight with just me, right? You'd be picking a fight with the entire town."
Look, we're not trying to start a fight, right?
You want some gold or something?
We just
Neither am
wanted to
I.
win.
I'm just telling you how it is.
Wow. And
You
this
knew.
is what you get for helping out those lumberjacks.
Which lumberjacks?
The ones upriver who were sending their logs down here.
They also got
Oh.
into some trouble. There was a creature in the forest, but we also quelled that issue.
There's lots of creatures in the forest.
Yeah, but this one particularly, larger than bears. It actually injured one of the members, so we healed them up and took care of the issue. We're not, like I said, we're not here to harm. In fact, we just want to help.
You're talking about St. Bernard's to the north. Those folk.
I believe so, yes.
One of you two, either Teddy or Gail, can make a persuasion check with this,
I'll try.
since you're both kind of selling the same thing.
16.
Yeah, with a 16, you see on his face that he does actually recognize the people you're talking about specifically. And you see him sort of mull it over a little bit. That St. Bernard's lot do stop by sometimes. Good folk. You said you helped them out.
Yeah. Well, you see how big my friend is. He took it upon himself to help a lot of the
Yeah, he does kind of look you up and down, Tibber, and he just says, "Make a good soldier, you would."
I was just seeing how many logs I could pick up. He's the one that helped the her one.
He looks over at Yukash. Some sort of healer type.
Something like that.
Could always use more of those in the army.
Just
You
trying
see,
to check it out.
yeah, you see him kind of pause again, and think again. Kind of mulls it over to himself. All right. I'll let you in, but you watch yourselves in there. Any sign of trouble, I'll know it was you.
Okay.
And let me remind you, you're not just messing with me if you cause trouble. You're not just messing with the folk in the tavern if you cause trouble. You're messing with the entire town.
Fair enough.
He steps out of the
We're
way.
not here to cause any trouble.
I should hope you aren't.
I'll walk in.
Yeah, he gets out of the way and allows you to enter, and so you make your way into the tavern.
Thank God he let up. I wasn't about to go pushing him.
Probably best you didn't. It's not a good look to fight everyone here.
Fucking old man strength.
It's true. It's got a grip like none other.
All right. So you make your way into the tavern.
Fucking knew it.
What do you mean? You can see quite a few patrons of the tavern all kind of spread throughout the tables, hunched over ale or a meal. But as you all walk in, you actually see sort of a communal eye all turn towards you as everybody in the tavern kind of takes notice of your entrance.
Gale just waves and smiles.
You get a couple kind of confused looks, you get a couple dirty looks, and then everybody kind of turns away from you. They sort of understand that if you were allowed to enter, then you must not be that bad of news.
All right, Finn. So where were we supposed to go exactly? Was it like a specific table or just sit anywhere?
Well, like I said, I was just told that they would approach me once I rested. That was all. That they'd find me. It's not really like a meeting spot, you know?
Fair.
I suppose if you wanted to rest, then we ought to get rooms.
I guess so.
Excuse me.
You make your way over to the bar, Gil, and the barman was kind of in conversation with one of the tavern maids, but he kind of holds up a finger to her and just says, "All right, one moment." And he kind of hobbles over to you. He's a rather short-looking gnome, and he has to kind of prop himself up on a little box to reach over the counter. He just kind of looks down his glasses at the two of you as you make your way up to the bar, and he just says, "Can I help you?"
Yes. Sorry for interrupting.
No worry.
We were wondering if we could get rooms if you had any by chance.
I think we have a couple of rooms. You'll have to share accommodations, though. Most of the rooms are being saved for the army.
It's fine. Whatever you can spare. What's the cost?
You see him kind of actually like mull it over for a sec. He kind of looks past the two of you towards the other three. Is it the five of you then?
Or
Alright, 4, I guess.
I don't really know how that math works.
I know she's weird. Don't worry about it.
What do you mean by 4? I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Y'all entered together, right? One of you not staying.
One of them
I may-
prefers. You're back there. Shh. One of them prefers to be outdoors. They're kind of particular.
So they're not staying in the tavern then.
Correct.
Well, all right. 4 then. Well, if there's 4 of you, then 4 gold total.
All right. Here's 4 for now. Is it possible to get drinks and food as we rest?
Aye. I'll save the rooms for you until nighttime. Make sure they're reserved. You can take a seat wherever you're. He kind of looks around, sees that there's really only one table free. Wherever there's space.
Thank you.
What was that about?
Sorry, gosh.
I was thinking.
What are you sleeping outside? Or
No,
am I sleeping outside?
no.
Who's
I'm
sleeping
not
outside?
No one's sleeping outside. I'm gonna try and stay at the other place.
What?
Isn't that
You
place
know how there's
typically for recruits?
well, maybe.
You're joining
We
the
never
army?
checked it out. No. Of course not. No. But someone needs to, in case that's the place that we have to hang out, so they find them, someone has to be there. And I have that one disguise potion left.
What if they see two?
What do you mean?
What if they check both?
Well, then they'll definitely round me up, won't they?
I have no idea.
I can't say I'm an expert in matters of this sort of sort, but well, I suppose I'll leave it to you to decide what's best, Teddy.
I
Just
just assume
saying,
if you
this-
check one, you don't see anything, you check the other.
Well, I suppose so.
I mean, if you want to go, you can...
No, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I just didn't know that they would be staking out both, but you're right. It makes more sense to do that.
Also, would they stake out the harder one? You
Would
think?
it be the harder one?
I mean, it wasn't easy getting into here. I assume the other one's easier.
Well, if the other one's easier, wouldn't it make more sense if that was the right one?
I don't know.
You're thinking too much.
Yeah.
It's all rather confusing to me.
Yeah, that guy looks kind of familiar though.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait.
know.
Iago?
It
You
has
look,
to be him, right?
yeah, you look to the table along the wall. There's a small mouse folk, just kind of gently chewing on a meal. Kind of catches you all turn at him, and he just kind of gives you a bit of a side eye and awkwardly tries to return to his meal.
Teddy's gonna
You're gonna chat.
walk
I'm gonna,
up,
I'm
yeah.
gonna chat.
He's gonna go
Okay.
take this one.
Yeah, you all kind of approach the table, and Finlay is not really sure what to do next, and so he just kind of stands behind you and Tiver, not wanting to kind of isolate him over on the other side. Oh, sorry, it's lagging. I had to put it over there. Kind of just awkwardly stands here. The mouse folk sees you all kind of make your way over to his table and sit down, and he just kind of warily says, "Do I know you from somewhere, friends?"
Hello.
Can I help you?
What was his name again?
Iago.
Yeah.
Are you Iago?
Yeah.
You see him kind of raise his eyebrows, a little bit stunned that you know his name. And he says, I'm Iago. Like I said, do I know you from somewhere? You don't look familiar.
Teddy's gonna smile like his most disarming smile. And say, it's nice to finally be able to meet you. I heard so many good things about you from your mother, Zola, and your father Cam.
You see him kind of like start to smile when you talk so good about him, and then as soon as you mention mother, you see his face kind of drop back. Not into like anger, just a bit of a scowl. From my mother.
Yeah, we recently were over at the, what is it? Autumn Ruins? Is that
In
what it's
St.
called?
St. Autumn's Woods.
Yes, in Autumnwood. And it was under siege by some weird creatures. But we were able
Creatures?
to.
What do you mean?
There were strange creatures there. They seemed unnatural, demonic of sorts. They had taken over the place, and
You see worry start to spread over his face, and he kind of interrupts you as you're talking. But you saw my family there. Were they all right?
Oh, they're okay. Yes, they're unharmed and they're perfectly safe.
I see. That's good. And the creatures.
They have been vanquished, so there's no more danger there.
He breathes about as big of a sigh of relief as his little lungs can manage,
Oh,
and just says, "Well, that's good then."
I mean, besides the chest, there's still that chest there. That thing was a little bit of a pain.
The what? Chest?
oh yes, there is a chest that is actually some sort of monster. We're not sure.
Really?
As long as you don't touch it, it doesn't turn into a monster. It was very strange.
I see. They've been warned about that, right?
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah,
well,
they're all good, bro.
well, that's good. That's good.
We just heard you set out here and figured we're heading here anyway. We might see you.
Aye, well, I suppose you found me then.
Did you joining the army thing that's happening here?
Kind of smiles proudly. Aye, I already have.
What's all that about? Kind of just got here.
Well, I don't claim to be able to tell it quite as well as the leader, but rising up against the king's tyranny, you know.
Yeah, totally. The tyranny, which was what exactly?
Well, there are folk all over in Glory Bell, Tradewater, starving to death in the streets. What's the king done about it? Nothing. Keeps it all for himself.
That does sound tyrannical.
He just nods.
Yeah, if you put it like that. When's this thing gonna kick off?
Well, I'm not really privy to that sort of planning information. I'm just a
You're just-
soldier.
Just kind of sticking around here.
Of course, until we're told to march.
How long has preparations been happening?
Well, I
Planning.
imagine for some time, getting all these people together is no small feat. But I only joined part of the way through, so I can't say how long.
How are your skills coming along? What's your weapon of choice?
Well, I find that most weapons are a little heavy for me. So I have a sort of small estoc here that I use as a sort of rapier. Kind of pats his belt.
Not bad, not bad.
Well,
You think
I'm
you're ready?
Of course. I'm ready for whatever's thrown our way.
glad to hear it.
You seem to be doing well.
Oh, I'm quite happy where I am.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Perhaps we'll run into each other again.
Aye, are you here to join the army as well?
I don't know. Sora looks at Kaj and Teddy.
I guess we're still deciding.
You should really give
Kind
it
of
some
only
thought.
just learned.
It's the way of the future. You should give it some thought.
Who's gonna be the new guy if you guys win?
If the revolution succeeds, then there won't be any kings at all.
Well, then who will rule?
Well, we'll have our leader, of course.
Well, that's a king.
Mm.
Not quite. Like I said, I'm not the best at explaining it. But
I
it's not
think
the
they
same
might
thing.
be talking about those places that have communities that come together, and while there is a leader, they agree on him.
I'm all for rebellion and everything. Why don't you guys just put this effort and these resources into feeding the people, though?
We're the only peoples feeding the people. The only reason that the people of Tradewater haven't starved is because of the Revolutionary Army.
Yeah, why don't you just do that everywhere else too?
Resources are
isn't-
limited.
Isn't that the plan in the end anyway?
We need what the king is hoarding.
Right.
The king has a horde? Oh. Yeah. Hence the tyranny.
Aye.
Alright.
Not too good at
Well-
the politics stuff.
Hey, Iago. Have you ever
Mhm.
been in a fight?
One or two scraps against forest animals when I was out foraging, yes.
And they let you join anyways?
Well, of course. They need more men. I'm not the most experienced, but I can hold a weapon at least.
Okay.
Eddie's eyes darken.
Listen, you stay safe out there and make sure you visit your mom soon, alright?
As soon as I'm able, I will. But things are
Right.
going to happen here soon. I can feel it, so I can't leave.
Yeah, that's what we're afraid of.
Don't you pass them on the way anyway?
St. Autumn's Woods is a little out of the way.
Yeah, fair. Nope, I need a drink.
So while that was happening, Gail, what were you up to?
I ordered some food and a drink, and I'm just vibing.
Fair enough. Yeah, you find that the menu is a little bit slim. There aren't a lot of choices. Most of them are fish items.
Oh,
But they do seem to have ale to spare, so you are able to order drinks if you wish.
perfect. Yeah, I'll just take the cheapest fish, whatever they got the most of, and then I'll also have just whatever's cheap to drink.
Gail, as you're kind of ordering the food and stuff, you see, and you're waiting kind of on your own order to appear at the counter. You see a couple other members of the Revolutionary Army kind of walk their way from their tables to the bar and back. People kind of from this table and this table. When they go to the bar, they don't pay anything. They just order, get what they ordered, and return to their seat. But you do pay. You pay a couple silver for your food.
That's unfortunate. Oh well. I don't think anything of it.
But soon, Teddy and Kaj join you at the table. As Tibbs, are you just getting something to drink as well?
Yeah, need some to drink, some to eat. He's just sitting here, though. Sort of, I don't know, perusing, chilling.
Yeah, the bartender kind of offers you the ale that he's got a large stock of. He calls it the ale of the people, the common folk, and just kind of encourages you to have some.
Right, yeah. I'll do that. Is it a couple silver?
Yeah, just one.
I'll tip him another. I guess.
Fair enough. And he just kind of pockets it and just goes, appreciate it for the war effort.
Sure.
And so the others, you join Gale at the table. What do you do?
Cause just thinking.
Teddy's gonna order a drink as well. So he's gonna go up, grab one.
Fair enough.
What you thinking about, Kosh?
And he kind of gestures around to the entire room.
Hmm.
What are we gonna do about all this?
I don't know. Seems a bit out of our realm at the moment.
I mean, it's not our business, Teddy says, looking at Finn. Finn, sit down. You
Well, I,
always
I
look so
was
awkward
I
standing.
was leaving the chair for Tibber because I thought he was coming over here.
You always think of yourself as a second-class citizen. You gotta stop, buddy.
I suppose if you say so, I could have a seat until he gets here.
You can pull up a chair or something.
I suppose that's true as well. He takes a seat at the table. Are we just going to wait here until nightfall?
Maybe.
I see. Well,
I
if the
kind of want to
plan...
wander around a little bit.
All right. If the plan changes, then just let me know, and I'll accompany you if you want me to, or I could stay here. Well, whatever you think is best. As you all kind of sit here, you do get the occasional kind of glance across you from the other tavern goer. You do seem to be rather noticed as out of place here.
Yeah, I'm just assuming this guy's looking at us like that the entire time.
Yeah, he's side-eyeing you.
Fucking weirdo.
Only I.
Yeah, Tibbs is just sitting here until he sees the rest move.
Very well.
Kind of just going down.
Then, how long approximately would you say you wait here?
Bit early evening we got here, right?
I said that you got to Tradewater kind of midday, and so you kind of been walking around a little bit. So I'd say maybe it's only about like 3 or so in the afternoon, maybe 4. So you do have some time before nightfall.
Yeah, Ted is gonna get up at like 4. He didn't really drink his drink. He just kind of had it. But so he's just gonna like leave it there
All right.
and walk walk out to go check out the town. Nod to Yago. Say, catch me later if you want some practice with your rapier. And walks out.
Catch me
Yeah, you-
outside. How about that?
He just gives you a little nod, and so you make your way out of the tavern. Everybody else, you just kind of remain here.
Yep. Just
Mm.
wait until nightfall for me, personally.
I'm gonna steal Rufus' drink because they left it,
Fair enough.
and I'm vibing.
All right. Yeah. So like another half an hour passes as you guys sit in the tavern and just kind of hang out. You don't really ever get more acclimatized to the eyes that wander across you. You notice that everybody is still kind of just as wary as when you first walked in. But about a half an hour later, you hear kind of a creaking on the stairs as somebody walks down, and as you glance off into the corner, you see a familiar face.
Oh, brother.
And
I knew it. I knew it.
and you see that familiar face recognize you all sitting there, and he just kind of stops dead for a moment. What do you do?
I gesture him to come by.
All right.
And if
Yeah,
he-
you gesture for him to walk over, and he kind of like stays stopped for a moment, and you see sort of like a slight look of surprise on his face. He raises his eyebrows a little bit, then he kind of forces them back into a scowl, and then just kind of tentatively walks over. Insight check him, everybody.
Fucking suspicious ass. Oh shit!
I think I already know
Oh,
what he's
good.
thinking anyway.
Yeah, 20, 18, and 21. Yeah, he definitely looks a little uncomfortable, and you can see his eyes kind of dart over to this table here as if he's kind of aware that they're looking at him. And the fact that he's kind of walked over here, you know that he's curious about what you're about to say to him, Gail. He wants to know, but he's not too happy about having to walk over here to learn it. And so he kind of tentatively walks over. You see his eyes dart a couple times over to this table as they all kind of like turn towards him and look. And then as he reaches you, Gail, he just goes, "What are you lot doing here?"
Watching him just kind of like eye them and stuff. And just kind of take a deep gulp, put it down a little aggressively, and like waddle my chair a little bit. I like your horns. They're very interesting.
He stands there dumb shook for a second. "You drunk?"
My name's Gail. What's yours?
Luker.
Pleasure to meet you. Like I said, your horns are really nice. Are you from around here?
He seemed kind of narrow his eyes. He's not really sure what to think here. No, not quite from around here. But
You
I
want to drink
suppose-
with us?
I'd appreciate the offer, but I'm afraid I'll probably have to pass on it.
All right. Well, if you ever want to chat, I'll be here. I'll give him a look. Just kind of stare at him.
Yeah, as you're kind of just staring at him, you actually notice that somebody's walking up behind him. And the person just sort of drapes an arm around his shoulder, and then just kind of grabs him and goes, "Friends of yours, Luker." He just kind of looks at the man who just kind of grabbed him, and just goes, "Not exactly, Mr. King. They just sort of asked me to approach. I think they might be drunk."
I just like to have a good time. But to answer you, no. I just
And-
like what I like.
The man just kind of takes a look at the four of you and just goes, "Well, this is a tavern, so if you're going to get drunk, I suppose this is the place for it."
I like you. Good mindset.
He scans you once more and just goes, "You lot look new in town. Not seen you before."
Yeah. Sure, we're a bit new. Out traveling, trying to find some friends. In business endeavor, you know.
Well, depending on your temperament, there's friends all around. Just kind of motions to the entire bar. You're here to join the army, of course.
Since we're not from around here, I have to ask.
Aye, feel
What's,
free.
what's going on? What? Can you explain exactly why you're making such a statement go against the king?
Well, I suppose one would have to liken it to a boiling pot. Slowly bubble until it begins to overflow. And we're past the point of overflowing. First, there was Silvervein, and the meager efforts by the king to stop such a horrid affliction. And now, the starvation, the aftermath, people dying in the streets. Simply not acceptable. One must ask themselves what they're willing to tolerate, and the answer is not this. Though I suppose it is rude of me to not have introduced myself. My name is Dominic Keane. I suppose folk around here would call me the leader of the Revolutionary Army.
Oh, it's a pleasure. If you can call me Gale. These are my friends. They're a bit shy. I'm sure they'll express themselves in due time. So, let me ask you. Are you alone in this thought? Obviously, the town's with you, but do you have people backing you? Or supporting?
Well, it's not just Tradewater, of course. Half the folk from Glory Bell have marched north just to be with us. The army swells by the day.
That's impressive.
Aye, well, when the people are motivated, they get what they want.
Well,
Now
since
then,
we- yeah,
I don't
Sorry.
mean to interrupt your meal. You may continue eating. And, of course, drinking. It is a tavern after all. I was more just curious at the new faces.
Sure. Well, I'm always fancy for a chat. Kind of smiles.
Aye, well,
Overzealous.
if you do decide you wish to join us, please don't hesitate to stop by. We're always looking for new members. And you lot look rather capable.
Sure. We'll give it some thought. We did just come in town, so we are quite tired. But we appreciate the invitation of sorts.
Very well. I'll leave you to it. Just remember, every fire starts with a little spark.
That's who will.
He saunters off back to his table and sits down amongst the others. And kind of leaves Luker standing here a little awkwardly still.
Just go
Again,
back.
what are you lot doing here? He's kind of looking more towards Tibber and Kaj now. He doesn't seem to recognize Finlane, but he sees that Gale is just sort of, he thinks that Gale is drunk, and so he's kind of looking more at Tibbs and Kaj for a better answer.
Well, mission related things. We didn't know there was an army here. Now
Kind
we're
of-
sort of just
He frowns at that.
Why are
Did
you
I-
here? Are you with the others?
yeah, right?
Oh yeah, I joined up.
Why? Because you were upset that you didn't make it.
He frowns at you, Gale. Kind of gives you a little scowl. Not something as stupid as that, no. I just had my eyes open. To the truth, that's all.
Sure. Alright, well, maybe we'll be seeing you around for a little bit.
Well, I certainly hope not.
That's rude, but alright.
He just strides off towards one of the other tables to sit down.
Talk about a sore fucking loser, right?
I always hated that guy. He sucks.
Yep.
Finlay just kind of once Luker's gone, just kind of looks at the three of you and just goes, "Was that a friend of yours?"
Hmm.
Wouldn't say that.
Well, they
Pretty
certainly
far
seem
from
to know you all.
Yeah, he got mad because we took the job. We were more apt and equipped than him.
You see kind of realization dawn on his face, and he just goes, "Oh, you mean?" And then he kind of trails off, not wanting to say anything aloud.
Correct.
He kind of lowers his voice. Then if he's affiliated, then you don't suppose he would be our contact, do you?
He doesn't know that much. When
No.
we were originally tested, we didn't know anything, but that there was an opportunity.
Who knows if he even still is?
True.
All right, I see. I suppose we'll just stick to plan then.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about him.
Did you ever hear about, or does this sound familiar about this movement? Something like our benefactor would be a part of?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I did hear rumblings, but they weren't really taken seriously.
Strange. Oh well. Another drink!
Fair enough. You order another round of drink.
Woo!
And so, if you guys are just staying put and waiting for nightfall, then we can go check in on Teddy.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Very well. So meanwhile, as all of that is happening, Teddy, you make your way out of the tavern and back out into the crowd. And where do you head?
Probably over to the barracks or to the old inn.
Very well.
The inn. Yeah.
Yeah, so you make your way sort of back towards Town Square. And to the northern side of the
religious
square.
tower.
Actually, yeah, you probably would be able to see kind of a hill off to the side of town as you walk through town. You probably would have noticed it on the way in as well. Off on a hill, a little bit isolated from town, but still kind of watching over it, nested up on this hill side. There is a lonesome little tower.
Mhm. Yeah, he's gonna go to the inn.
Very
But
well.
he remembers the tower.
Teddy will remember that for later.
Yeah.
So let me just hide the others. And you make your way back to Town Square. And as mentioned, the inn is this building here, as you were told before.
This one?
Yeah, the northern one.
Yeah.
On the left side.
He's gonna try and go in.
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be like any guards posted out front because there's so many people kind of coming and going that everything kind of gets a little busy. And so you kind of bustle your way in there. You're wearing weapons yourself, so you don't really look too out of place. And you see as you make your way over to the tavern, there was a sign kind of carved into the wood above the door, but a new piece of wood has been hammered over top of it, which has been kind of more hastily carved with the sleeping lion. And so you make your way inside. Let me grab just you. So inside the inn, you find that all of the tables that would once hold patrons and plates of food have been kind of shoved out of the way to make floor space, and that floor space has been repurposed to be lined with kind of rickety-looking cots, and these cots have a bunch of soldiers all milling about. Some of them wearing kind of armor, some of them putting on armor, some of them taking it off, and everybody just kind of at their own business.
Perfect. Teddy is gonna walk in and immediately with purpose go up this is upstairs?
Mhm.
Or is it downstairs? Oh, yeah, he's gonna go up the stairs.
Very well. Yeah, like you see a couple eyes drift at you, but nobody like jumps in the way to stop you.
Is there like a door or a...
No, it's just a staircase that kind of winds its way around, and you.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, there it is. Okay. He's just gonna do a quick check of what's going on. See if he can see any like...
These doors here are locked.
lock.
But the ones to the south aren't.
Okay. So we're just gonna look in there. It's just more barracks stuff.
Yeah, you do see some more soldiers in there as well.
Okay. So yeah, he's just gonna go. He is now completely certain that Gale was definitely correct in his hunch.
Yeah, by all means, the inn is more closer to resembling barracks now.
And then he's just gonna walk right out.
Fair enough. Yeah, you get a couple more glances your way as you walk back out, but again, nobody stops you. And so you make your way back out into the square. Now the others are just waiting until nightfall, so you do have some more time if you want to do other things.
Oh, but I want to go to the wizard tower.
They might want to accompany you there, so
I
it's up to
know.
you. You can just ask them.
All right. So
You can
okay, yeah, he's
meta ask them outside of character.
okay. Yeah, you guys want to go to the wizard tower?
Don't you dare go without me.
Okay.
That's what I figured.
That's what I
Why
was
did you
thinking.
think I asked if we wanted to go anywhere earlier? I knew you. I knew you guys wanted to go there.
Okay, cool. All right. Then I will go back and say, you guys want to go to the wizard tower?
Fair enough. All right, so yeah, you make your way back to the docks, and back to the tavern, and the others are still sitting at their table. Now, of course, Teddy, you would see Luker as you walk in, sitting at that table, kind of eating with the other fellow there. He doesn't recognize you, so he doesn't even look at you.
Yeah. Teddy's not gonna look at him. Yeah, he's just gonna... Wizard tower? There's a wizard tower.
You walking
we
up to
go
the
there
others. You walking up to the others. He does notice.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's go then. Why are we staying around here?
That sounds pretty nice.
Very well. Then you all climb out of your chairs and make your way back outside. So I'll just bring you all straight to the map. And so you kind of trek across the entire town, making your way along the main road, back through town square. And to follow the path out towards the wizard tower, you would have to walk past the church. And you can see that the church looks abandoned, from what you can tell. You don't see any lights on in the windows. And some of the statues out front have been smashed.
That's
But
a shame.
you kind of wind your way around it and head up to the... kind of climbing the hill up to the wizard's tower. It stretches rather tall up in the horizon, and it has these sort of kind of dark bricks that make it up. The place looks rather gloomy. You decide as you approach it. But there's just a small staircase that leads up to kind of the front little porch, and so you make your way up and I suppose knock on the door if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, it'd probably be nice enough to knock.
Yeah, then after a moment's wait, you hear a rather delicate sounding voice from behind the door say, "Enter."
Teddy opens the door.
One moment. I just realized I forgot to copy the version of you that was in the tavern, because that's the best version. And it's been overwritten by the solo Teddy.
Mhm.
It's the one that has Finlane's name tag and everything, so I want to keep that one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So yeah, after getting permission from the voice behind the door, you guys make your way inside, and you find the interior to be, well, just as gloomy as the exterior.
Uh-oh.
Oh, hell yes.
And the woman sitting at the desk on the western wall, she looked kind of absorbed in her book as you entered, but after about 30 seconds of silence from her as you just sort of stand awkwardly in the doorway, she turns her head towards you. And then you see her just kind of cock her head to the side and just go, "Curious? Can I help you?"
Hello. We were wondering if you perhaps had any wares?
"Wares? Oh, no, this isn't a shop."
Oh, what is it that you do?
She kind of gestures towards the table there, where you can see just sort of a completely mismatched assortment of items. On the chair closest to you, you can see a sort of what looks to be a bowl full of blood. But on the chair right next to it is slices of cake. And beyond it, you can see a mortar and pestle and some herbs that have been kind of half ground, as well as some old books splayed open on their spines. "Please do sit, if you'd wish."
Dude, Gale, you can't sit at her blood bowl.
Oh, did you want to sit here? Sorry.
"You can sit wherever you wish. I
Is
shan't
this for
stop
blood?
you. It's sheep's blood."
Oh. What do you use it for?
"Did you think it was human?"
I don't know. I've never seen sheep's blood. I've only seen real blood, so.
"It would be rather macabre to have a bowl full of human blood on your table, don't you think?"
Yeah, I don't judge.
"Well, I suppose that's nice at least."
And the cake?
"Well, it's certainly very tasty, so it's good to have it close at hand."
He's staring at it.
Would you like some?"
Could I?
"Of course. I believe I have some plates somewhere around here." You see her just kind of close her eyes, and she starts to move her hand like a conductor. And several drawers fly open on her desk, and a couple little porcelain plates just sort of glide through the air over to the table. And one sits down in front of you, and the others sort of stack themselves neatly on the table. "Would anyone else like some?"
Oh,
Oh,
that was cool.
you're very good at magic.
"I don't know that I would say very good, but I do dabble a little bit."
That was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Well, thank you for your kind words, at the very least. Would you like some cake as well?
What flavor is it?
Well, it's strawberry.
Mm,
I'll take some.
I'm not a big strawberry fan. Sorry.
Well,
I'll
that's all
take
right.
his part.
Would you like to donate your piece to your friend here? He seems interested in it.
Sure, I don't care.
Very well. She moves her hands like a conductor again, and the cake just sort of slides right off the tray, forming itself into perfect little slices as it pulls away from the central cake there. She divides it neatly so that each little slice has a piece of strawberry on top. And then she hands it out to anyone who wants it.
Hetty is taking a piece.
Nice. Yeah, thank you.
Slightly embarrassed, Finlane accepts a piece as she slides it past him. Now then, how rude of me. I've not introduced myself. My name is Wyla. People around here call me Wyla the Witch. And I suppose it is
Oh.
appropriate.
That's a bit rude.
Like in a good way?
Well, it's not inaccurate, to say the least. I don't much find it very offensive.
Aren't witches normally viewed as being mean and evil?
I imagine some of them are quite nasty, but I've not met very many of them. So who can say, really?
I think your name is rather beautiful.
Well, thank you for that. It does mean a lot.
This cake's good, thank you.
Yeah, the cake tastes of strawberries and vanilla, and is indeed rather tasty. It's extremely fluffy. The only way someone could make a cake this delicate is certainly through magic, Tibber, you imagine. Now then,
Oh,
certainly there was a reason for your visit here today. I thought perhaps you'd visit tomorrow, but I suppose today will do as well.
You already knew we were coming to visit?
oh, what?
Well, I did see it in the scrying that you would perhaps visit tomorrow. But I suppose I can be a little bit wrong sometimes.
Wait
You
a
were
second.
crying?
No. That's not
Crying.
quite the right word.
Crying?
Scrying. A sort of fortune telling, I suppose the common folk might call it.
Can you tell other fortunes?
I suppose I could. I don't do it often. Because usually, when folk approach me and ask me to tell their fortune, I usually just see that they're going to, well, perform farm work tomorrow and eat dinner with their family. It's not particularly exciting.
Oh man, I want to know what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Same.
But you lot, you seem a little more interesting to say the least. So perhaps your fortunes will be more esoteric, maybe, and more interesting. She just kind of turns to see you. You kind of run up right next to her, Gail, and she just says, "Was there something that I could help you with? You're rather close."
Oh, sorry. I was just ready. I get excited very easily. Sorry.
Yeah, she does actually kind of like step away from you a little bit. She sort of shies away from. She's got a rather wide personal space bubble. You imagine.
Can't just run up on people.
I know. I just get excited. Sorry.
Would you like to have your fortunes read?
Oh yeah.
Please.
I suppose I could see what lies in the bones today.
You use bones. So cool.
Yes, animal bones, not human bones, if you were curious.
Oh, no. Didn't really think about that. Good. Thanks for clarifying.
Is that something we do now?
We could do it now if you want to.
Yeah,
Would it
I
be-
guess so. I finished
Yeah.
my cake.
Do you like to trade? Maybe, do you have like magical wares that you like to trade?
She said no, man. Come on.
No, she said she doesn't purchase or she doesn't sell. Two different things between bartering and, well, selling, you know.
I'm afraid that I've not really much to give. There were folk here a few weeks ago who were asking me for just the same. And I'm afraid that I really gave them all that I had. Trinkets and the like. They said it was for some sort of war effort, but I'm not much in need of things like that. I don't involve myself with those sorts of politics. But they offered me good money for it, so I suppose I can give them trinkets for something like that.
That's fair. I'm just curious.
Do you like the war being like on your doorstep pretty much?
Well, it's quite a few steps away from my doorstep, but...
Figuratively.
Oh, I see, figuratively. Well, like I said, I don't much bother with things like that. If they want to do a revolution, then I suppose it's not really my place to stop them.
Fair enough.
Have you all chosen a side? Was I supposed to have chosen a side already?
I don't really know how any of that works. They haven't really answered too much.
Yes, I'm not too familiar either.
I mean, they said something about food, but I still don't really understand why they don't just like make the food. They said like the king has it, but I don't know if that's true or not, so I don't really know.
I suppose I'm the wrong person to ask, but I do know that Avonlea tends to be a sort of breadbasket, if you will, for the kingdom. The further you are away from it, the harder it is to get food.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't. Guess I do eat a lot. I'm ready for the fortune though, if you want to do that.
Very well, we can do that now if you wish.
Sure.
Who would like to go first?
It looks like
Definitely
Gale.
me.
Yeah.
Very well then, please do approach. Can't do it from all the way over there.
Do you want me across or like beside you, but not beside you?
You may approach closer. I'm not too fond of people being near me, but for this instance it is necessary.
This close enough?
You can come closer than that. A little closer than that. I do have to hold your hand.
Oh,
It's okay, he's more into guys, I think.
what?
She takes your hand and she kind of holds it there for a moment in front of her. And you see her sort of close her eyes. She kind of cocks her head to the side a couple times, scrunches up her face a few times, then relaxes it. And then she just sort of upturns that bowl of herbs onto the table and pulls some small little bones out of her pocket. They look like knuckle bones. And she just kind of tosses them in. As you examine them, you can see that there's little runes kind of carved into some of the bones as they roll through the bowl. And she just kind of sits there in silence for a good long while, as the bones rattle around in the bowl as she shakes it, and then she just lets it settle. And then she doesn't actually ever look at the bones. She still has her eyes closed, but the second she opens them, her eyes are pure white, the pupil and iris gone. And she looks back towards you, Gale, and she sort of looks directly in your eyes with her pale white vision. And her eyes look more akin to moons than actual eyes. They almost give off a powerful glow as you look at them. And then it starts almost as a whisper, just the softest voice that you can barely even hear. And then it gets a little bit louder until you can start to make out the words that she's saying. She says, "Eyes in shadow, breathed in hate, the cage won't hold. The hour grows old, the little bones meet their fate." And then all at once her eyes are normal again. And she looks sort of startled to kind of be jolted out of it. And then she just kind of sits there for a moment and looking at you and goes, "Was it satisfactory?"
Shit, I wasn't ready for that.
I can write it up for you.
Yes, please.
I've got them written down.
Oh man, it's gonna be riddles.
Fuck. You're screwed. We're screwed.
I don't know how to do those.
One moment. Just gotta pull up the note over here so I can just copy paste it easier.
You said the bones were animal bones?
Yeah, they look to be.
Hmm.
There, that was yours, Gil.
Oh. Guess,
She just kind of stares at you, not sure what to think, because she seems like she doesn't even know what she said.
I'm just kind of mumbling to myself as I walk away. Oh, thank you, Wyla.
I do hope it was satisfactory. I'm not particularly privy to what I say when I'm scrying, so sometimes, for other people's fortunes, it can be a little bit confusing.
Yeah, we could say that again.
Would anyone like to go next?
I'm gonna nod the Tibber.
I guess I will. Am I supposed to get close?
You may approach as well. It is a part of the ritual. You reach out your hand and she takes it. And she repeats the same process, holding your hand for a good long minute, and then rolling the bones, and her eyes bathed in milky white once more. She then makes eye contact with you, and you see that same glow. You can all see her eyes glowing, not just Gale. There's this sort of ethereal glow to her as she channels this. Yeah, I mixed up the two letters. Happens to everybody. And so as she begins to talk, it starts again as a low whisper and gets louder and louder. until you begin to make out the words. In halls of stone and dirt, the castle sits alone, impostor king with a crooked crown, atop a paper throne. I'll copy that one for you so you can read it again.
Cool. I don't know what that means, but cool.
She jolts out of it again and goes, "Was that satisfactory?"
Yeah, sure.
Oh, good, good.
Here? It'll like hold a gold coin.
Well, it's really not necessary, but I will accept it.
Feels like I should pay you for it. I don't know. Thank
It's
you.
no trouble at all. I'm more just interested to see what comes of it.
He left it.
She tucks it away.
Who's next?
Well, yes, who's next?
Finn,
You want to go first, Teddy?
wanna go? Finn,
Finn just shakes his head.
Finn.
Absolutely not.
why? What's wrong?
I don't want to know what happens tomorrow. What if I die tomorrow?
And you
think
can
it'll tell you?
prepare.
I don't think so. I'd rather not know.
Okay.
Boo.
Gosh, you can go. I'm still not sure if I'll get one or not.
All right.
You kind of kneel down to take her hand as well, and she repeats the ritual. Eventually, her eyes solid white again. And as she gazes upon you, that whisper bubbles up once more. Gosh, this time her voice trembles a little bit as she talks. Pale shades and white caps, the note betrays his fear. Whether 2 or 3 crowns, the Prince of Chains draws near. And then she jolts out of it again. Is that satisfactory?
Yes, thank you.
And here is yours pasted. So you can reread it. Well then,
Mm.
would you like to go?
Teddy is deep in thought. You said maybe someone would come tomorrow.
Would you like to do it tomorrow?
Yes, please.
I suppose that would be all right. I don't often get company here.
But you're so cool.
Well, I'm glad that you think so. But I imagine that the gloomy surroundings don't make for a very nice dinner party. You can understand.
These surroundings are gloomy.
Kind of a vibe.
I've been told that they are by others, though I don't find so myself. It feels rather comfortable to me.
So are these supposed to for sure happen tomorrow, or is this like a sometime in the future tomorrow?
Well, I don't know that they'll be particularly tomorrow. But I do suppose it depends on what your definition of tomorrow is.
I was worried you were going to say that.
Well,
If you'd like to return tomorrow to get your fortune, I suppose that would be alright.
I will. Thank you.
Very well. Was that all you needed from me?
At this time, I believe so.
Well, it was nice to meet you all, even if it was the wrong day.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for
Thank you.
visiting.
The cake was delicious.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I find that cake often tastes better when you're sharing it with other people, though other people don't really stop by much.
Are
As you
you
guys
work-
kind of... Go ahead.
Sorry.
Were you going to
Are
ask something?
I was.
Sorry, I cut you off again.
No, I was doing one too. While are you familiar with devils?
With devilry?
Hmm.
I can't say that I'm unfamiliar, but I'm not particularly familiar either. Why do you ask?
We came across something strange that was related to that, and I don't know. Kaj's fortune just kind of made me think of it. Because it talked about the Prince of Chains or something.
Did it?
Hmm?
That's interesting. But if you were to look into devilry, I imagine the church would be of more use to you than I would.
What kind of church is that again?
The church in town?
Hmm?
Why, it's Church of Our Lady, of course.
Hmm.
But I'm
Oh.
sure they can still help you.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was open.
She cocks her head at you. Really? Did you check the second room?
The what?
Why, the second room, of course.
There's the second room.
Of course. You mustn't miss it.
I guess we'll try that out then.
Very good.
Thank you.
Are we heading on now?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Wyla. And
Thank
I
you,
will
Isla.
Thank you,
hopefully
Isla.
see you tomorrow.
Of course. Happy to
Bye
be of
bye,
assistance.
Wyla.
I shall see you tomorrow then. She makes her way back to the table and sits down and just sort of almost immediately absorbs herself in her book again. Gail, I assume you're going with?
Yeah.
Very well.
I was tempted on tasting the blood. Sorry.
Do it.
No, it's okay.
Drink her blood bowl.
It's really tempting. I'll be honest.
You imagine some
Ew.
random kid comes into your fucking house and drinks your blood bowl.
I mean, you can do it if you want. She is absorbed in her book.
No, it's okay. I don't want to be kicked out.
Very well. So yeah, you guys make your way out of the tower and back out into the kind of afternoon air. It's a lot less gloomy outside than it is indoors. And so you make your way back kind of across that little hillside where her towers nestle and can choose your next destination.
Well, that was nice. She was nice.
He was.
Yeah.
I was a little worried at first, but
Why?
I don't know. Last time we were in a place that gloomy, dead lady woke up and screamed, and it didn't go so well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
To be
yeah.
fair, that was
Yeah.
also like a dead body that was in the water, and I touched him. Probably a little bit more noticeable.
It's just not a dissimilar looking place. Though. Are you guys okay with stopping by that church? I'm kind of worried about that.
Yeah.
You could try
Mm,
check it out.
What about a second room? Need to make sure everyone's okay.
Yeah, so you wind your way back down the hillside over towards town, and you would pass by the church on your way there. So you can stop by if you wish. Is everybody going?
Yeah.
Yep.
Very well.
Yep.
Yeah, Kaj, as you kind of walk up to the church steps, you the door is closed. The kind of the large wooden twin doors that mark the entrance. It's closed, but it looks a little flimsy. It's not locked, and it looks damaged. The door itself.
Okay, interesting. Okay, I just tried opening it.
Yeah. As you kind of open it, you notice that like there may have been a lock in place on this door at one point, but it's broken beyond repair at this point.
Gotcha.
And so you make your way into the church.
That's not too good of a look.
Yeah, who goes down kicking down the doors of a church?
I don't know. Hopefully we'll meet him.
So you guys make your way into the church.
Wouldn't it be crazy if it was the people we're supposed to meet?
That would be convenient.
Well,
Well, this looks scarily familiar.
I got my sword last time.
As you walk out into the church hall, you can see pews covered in cobwebs to left and right. Some of them smashed and splintered. The altar at the far end, similarly smashed. And books of scripture tossed in every direction, pages torn out and shredded. Even the statue of Amelina on the far side has been smashed, her face unrecognizable, though you do know it is her.
They just left it like this too.
Yeah, what is all this about?
What is this thing that's like underneath the altar? Is that just a part of the altar? This
Just a
like,
part of the altar. The altar is kind of a small, like almost like counter table where a priest might stand and speak. It's been actually, you can make an investigation check on it. Yeah,
16?
with a 16, you kind of look it over. It's been sort of splintered down the center as if something real heavy smashed down on the middle of it and just sort of cracked it in half. Probably some sort of sharp weapon, maybe an axe. But it's very purposefully been chopped up by somebody.
Hmm.
The statue looks similarly broken in that manner. It's not just structural collapse; it's been done on purpose.
Doesn't look like there's a second room to me.
There's always a second room.
Kaj, what are you up to?
Just examining the the statue. I mean, you said it looks deliberate, right?
Yeah, it definitely looks deliberately broken. There's no way that just pieces of the roof fell on it or something like that. It's been smashed up. The face has been kind of broken until it's unrecognizable.
I'm checking out these bottom things.
Yeah, you find just kind of hung up priest robes covered in dirt and a little bit moth-eaten, dust and dirt.
And there's no like false walls on the back of it or anything.
Make an investigation.
He's only checking considering the place we were just at.
With a 17, you feel confident that there's nothing remarkable about these closets.
Anybody want some priest robes?
You'll just hand those out. Tips. Come on.
Mm,
Oh, they're just
No,
left
hold-
there.
hold on here. Teddy thinks for a second. No. That's too far.
What?
Nope. No priest robes. We're all good.
Didn't the last time it opened up in front of the thing?
In front of the what?
Didn't it open up in like front of the altar last time?
Last time? What are you talking about?
Just you know, abandoned churches.
Really?
Kind of weird.
You frequent abandoned churches.
Not purposefully.
Yeah, if we could try not to do that, that'd be great.
I see. I'm curious what you meant by second room, though. I don't see any here.
Maybe it's a music thing.
A music thing? What do you mean by that?
Like a certain phrase, musical phrase.
Well, I can't say I know much about music. Do you, Teddy?
I've dabbled.
I see. Well, I suppose if you could figure something out, it's worth a try.
Was there a door outside on the cemetery side?
Tibber, make an intelligence check.
Uh-oh. God damn.
Yes.
An 18. Tibbs, for some reason, as you kind of think about that, just something occurs to you. The building's bigger on the outside than it is in here.
I was unironically thinking that out of character too. Yeah, this place isn't as big as the outside shows it to be.
What's this book?
Scripture.
It's not music.
No, not particularly, no. And it actually looks kind of charred and burned up.
Oh. Okay.
I'm gonna light the candles around the statue just to show respect.
Girl.
The ones that are still there.
Could always check the outside too.
Yeah, but do you think somebody came in here and smashed the place up because they were trying to figure out how to get deeper in?
I guess, yeah, the brute force sort of thing. Does the this carpet look like scrunched up anywhere? Like it would have been like pulled up and put back on the right way?
It's hard to say because as you kind of look at it, you see that there's a lot of like dirty boot prints across it. Clearly, a bunch of people have kind of trampled through here. and they weren't taking too much care with the rug, so those parts of it are kind of kicked up and lopsided. Yeah, but you can
What
peel
do
back
the-
the rug, just kind of roll it up if you want to see what's under it.
Yeah, it might as well. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you roll the rug kind of all the way back to the door, and it's just stone under.
Teddy's gonna just play something.
Okay. Let me see something. I want to look at your character sheet.
Doesn't have proficiency in organ.
I assumed, but you would have experience with instruments in general, so you would have a general understanding of how it works as a bard. May we'll make this a performance check. It's not quite the intent of a performance check, but make a performance check anyway.
Okay. 22.
Yeah. So as you kind of start to play a little bit on the organ, you can kind of hear that maybe it was damaged a little bit too. Maybe someone kicked it. Parts of it are out of tune, and maybe some of the pipes are bent. But as you kind of start to play, there's something that kind of nags at you. Something's off about the organ, but you don't have enough experience with churches and organs to necessarily put your finger on what.
Guys, something's up with this organ.
Yeah, sounds kind of rough.
Hey, it's not that bad. Can you make like an investigation check? See if you like.
This would be a religion check.
Oh. Eesh. Okay.
I say I would. I say I'm hoping, but I can't on that.
Yeah, 7.
Teddy, you yourself don't have enough time spent in churches to know what's wrong with this organ.
Yeah.
So you might have to look for someone who has.
Hey, do you guys notice something about this? Does it sound different? What?
It sounded different than what I used to hear back in Glory, but
I don't really know how they're supposed to sound.
yeah, I'm not trying to insult you or anything. I think you're playing a thing.
Okay.
With Kaj here, you can roll performance again with advantage.
Performance.
Yep.
Okay. With advantage.
Mm-hmm.
That's control or shift?
Shift.
You can right click it too.
Oh my
On God?
goodness. Oh. You can right click it. Okay, 18.
Alrighty. With an 18, as Kaj is kind of standing over your shoulder, and you start to play, Kaj kind of makes some deductions about the instrument itself. Again, it sounds wrong, certainly. But Kaj, as you stare at it, you imagine that it's probably the warped pipes and kind of bent side there from someone who's kicked it. And so the damage seems to be responsible for the out of tune notes. But as you're kind of looking at the organ and kind of thinking about who would do such a thing to a poor instrument, you notice something's off about the organ as well. And you've been to quite a few churches of Amelina, and so you've seen several of these organs. You've even been there as they were playing them. during your time in between the seasons when you were traveling. And so something occurs to you as you watch Teddy play the organ. There's an extra lever on this organ. Doesn't seem to do anything at all.
Oh.
Or at least Teddy hasn't touched it yet.
Looks all over. Hey, Teddy, I don't mean to tell you how to play it or anything, but does that do anything?
What?
The little lever here?
No. What? No. I
Yeah,
don't
Teddy, as you
think
look down at the
so.
lever, you do realize that indeed you didn't use it at all when you were playing. And in fact, as you kind of think about the organ, you can't tell if it's just your inexperience with the instrument or if it's not supposed to be there, but you can't figure out for the life of you what that lever would even be for on an organ.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Maybe see what it sounds like?
Okay, here goes. Teddy's gonna pull the lever.
Oh yeah, you kind of pull that little lever out, and the sort of warped notes shift themselves in tune, and just single chord echoes through the whole hall. And then as soon as it fades, just softly, you hear a small little click from the eastern wall.
You guys
Oh.
hear that?
No, but I'll pretend I did.
You heard it right,
Something
Gil?
from
Yeah, you make your way over to the statue, and the statue itself sort of sits in this little archway, kind of an alcove in the archway. And it wasn't readily apparent to anyone who wasn't looking for it. But as you kind of examine it now, after that little click, you notice that the statue itself is slightly dislodged. It's moved slightly as if it's swung on a hinge.
Tibbs, some help. Looks like a door, kind of.
Ooh,
It's big enough.
fancy.
Let's try not to break it any further, if possible.
Mm-hmm.
To open the door, you have to kind of move some of the rubble out of the way that's stacked around the base of the statue. But as you kind of shuffle the rocks out of the way, the statue will move. It's rather heavy, but with several of you behind it, you can creak that open. And behind the statue, you find a brick wall with a wooden door embedded in it.
Found the second room.
Do we knock?
What-
No, why not?
I know we're here. They definitely heard us.
I hope so.
I'll walk up and knock on it.
You hear just silence echo through the church for almost a full minute. One of you can make a perception check if you want.
Mm.
Kaj with a 19, you hear a sword being drawn behind the door.
Oh.
But
I like
then
what Tibbs said.
But then after that minute of silence, you hear a woman's voice say, "Make your entrance."
Okay.
Okay, we're coming in. Just don't hurt us, all right? We're not here to hurt you.
Wait, what?
Cobb's gonna like make a motion like a sword to Tibbs.
No, don't attack them. What?
Mm-hmm. I'll
Put a
just walk
motion
in.
to the door and then motion with the sword.
Oh, okay.
All right, one sec.
Just do a sword thing for Tibbs. Got it.
Right.
Hit them.
All right, one moment. Just gotta do something that I need to adjust that I didn't realize I needed to adjust until right now.
Gotta give them all equipment.
Ah, that's why it was in a different folder. Silly me. Alright. That makes it much more simple. There we go, that's better. Yeah, so you all... I have to copy and paste it too. You swing the door open. Who's going first?
Probably me.
Yeah.
Fair
I'll
enough.
go second.
All right, that was actually the order you were already in, so perfect. Yeah, so you kind of make your way through that door and find yourselves in a small little room. Yeah, sorry, she should be here. And you find yourself face to face with a woman clad in blood red armor. She has a sword. She has a sword drawn and pointed at you as you enter. But as you see sort of recognition splash across her face, she lowers it a little bit. She stands kind of bristling in between you and a fellow who's seated in the chair, kind of beyond her, who appears to be rather young, maybe only 16. And as the woman recognizes you, she just says, "What are you all doing here?"
Hi.
What are you doing here?
For real?
"Protecting my charge. What are you all doing here?"
Oh, this is
Pro-
your.
Protecting our charge? Points
We
to
saw the
Finn.
smashed up church. We just want to make sure nobody was hurt.
"I see. Well, you're welcome faces, even if I..." She looks at Teddy and Finlay. "Even if I don't recognize you all." She puts her sword away. And
Wait. You're here, so this is perfect. You're not gonna believe what happened. essentially.
how? All
Uh,
right, well,
so-
try me.
So something really weird happened. This guy in the back, his name is Finn. You can call him Finn. He's got a sister. She was abducted. His adopted sister, who was ill, was taken to this place.
I see. Is the
Where-
girl okay?
Yeah, she's fine. We took care of her. It's okay. Anyways,
Good.
and she was actually being used in a ritual, and there were creatures. I'm pretty sure it was actually a devil, and it was like a guy with chains, and he had all around, and it was and he pulled people in. It was really weird. And he made blood go and a tidal wave. So we saw him and we killed him, but we're too late, but not too late, because she was kind of being weird, and there was some kind of demon speaking through her, but we cleared it up. It's okay.
Possession, you mean?
Yeah. That was weird. I don't really understand. He seemed to know a bit about me and who my patron or something. I don't really understand. That was kind of weird. Yeah. So that was pretty neat. Also, I've got some blood and a heart if you need it.
Yeah, you see her eyes kind of drift past you, Gil, as she looks towards Teddy, who takes out the devil blood vial, and you see her recognize it instantly. "I see, then you have slain a devil. Though I can't say I'm surprised that there are devils in the area. I was drawn to this side of the realm for that purpose. There's a taste in the air, rust and ash."
Exactly.
That's weird. Yeah, I also had treasure chests that came alive and bit me, all because of a damn door that smelled like rust.
"A mimic, you say?"
Oh, is that what they're called?
Aye, that's what we call them.
There's two of them. They suck.
You really can't be too cautious with treasure chests. A good reminder to display temperance in all things, yes?
Mm,
I got this fancy armor from it.
She just kind of glances over at you, looks you up and down, Tibber. "Not bad."
Thanks.
The kid that's standing behind her is kind of like a little timidly, kind of almost using her as a shield. He's kind of peeking around her. And she sort of looks back and takes notice and just says, "You can introduce yourself. You don't need to be so shy." And the kid stands up and kind of moves a little bit past her. I'm sorry. My name is Gray.
With an A or an E?
With an E.
Ugh. Sorry,
Um,
nothing
as
personal.
as you take a look at the kid, his entire one of his entire eyes is sort of covered in this cracked scar. That kind of winds its way like veins from his forehead all the way down to his lips.
Mm, that's pretty badass.
He kind of like takes a second to look at you, Gil, not realizing what you're talking about. And then you see him just kind of raise one of his hands to his face and go, "Oh, this, you mean?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose if you think so, but it's not as though I have some war story for it. It's just a remnant of the silver vein.
Hmm.
It never quite
so-
healed.
Was he at the church when we were?
No,
Go on.
but silver vein was widespread.
Oh.
He's not infected with it, but it's left a scar when it was healed.
Everybody got something else or something different from it.
So you're just here protecting him from other devils or something?
Not exactly. I was in town hunting the source of that rust and ash, as I mentioned, but well, then I saw the state of the church here, and then stumbled across Gray here, and he needed protection, so I thought it irresponsible of me to leave him alone, and more irresponsible still to take him hunting for devils. So I've been sort of stuck here for a time.
And you smelled that here in town?
Covers this whole side of the realm, does it not?
I don't know. After we went to the bathhouse, I was kind of like, or not bathhouse. After we saw that one instance with Finn's sister, I was kind of oh, I didn't really smell anything until we were there, right in front of the door. Either.
Yeah. From what you can tell, Gail, you get the sense that her senses are a little more honed than yours.
Yeah. Way to rub it in.
Weird. I didn't smell anything.
She's been doing this a while.
Are you part of the army?
Me? Of course not.
Didn't think so, but figured I'd ask.
No, I'm afraid they don't look too fondly upon members of the church.
Oh,
Yeah, fair.
Of like your church or any church?
Any church, really. They have quite a no kings or idols thing going on. I suppose that Our Lady and the bride and groom would fit that bill.
so Gray, what were you in danger from?
Well, the self-same thing that Runica describes. Around time when the Revolutionary Army set in here in town, that was when the church got smashed up. Like she was saying, they don't look too fondly upon gods. But I managed to hide in the back room, and so I was here alone. The other priests, well, I don't know what happened to them. Perhaps they were chased off and fled town. But I was here alone until Runica found me.
Now, you said it only started when The army came about?
Yes, when the Revolutionary Army started to form here in Tradewater. That was one of the first things that they did.
Maybe they're like possessed by a devil or something.
Yeah,
And
I
run
was.
wild.
They're kind of weird.
It didn't seem like devilry to me. Just a distaste for worship. Though I suppose, depending on your definitions, one might call those things the same.
Don't know. I've got pretty good senses about this thing.
You see Runica just chuckle.
He's really eager to kill one anyway, so.
Hey, we've already got one.
Yes, you did say you already had. And
Yeah.
back in Glory Bell when we first met, you did express some interest in taking the red. Is that still your intent?
Mm-hmm.
You see her kind of a small smile spread on her face. Really then?
Mm-hmm.
But I suppose you have proven that you have what it takes.
Yes.
I'm afraid any ritual I can offer you in joining would be, well, it would pale in comparison to the usual ritual, but I am instructed on how to perform it if you wish. You're in a rush.
I mean,
We got time to kill.
that makes me feel like I'm kind of getting gypped.
I
Are you
wouldn't
doing
say.
it for the
Yeah,
ritual or the actual?
I don't know. I just want to. I wanted the experience and like the full thing. You know, I don't want to like show up to fellow brothers and sisters and be like, "Oh yeah, I got the discount version." No offense, I'm just
It's
saying.
not a
Like,
wedding.
no, but it's an important ceremony for them. I don't want to just like look like I'm insulting it. You know, don't
The
want to just
ceremony
be
I
like,
itself
would.
would be the same. There just wouldn't be as much pomp and circumstance. There wouldn't be others there. But you would have your friends there, and I can perform the cauteries all the same.
"Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds a lot better." I don't like a lot of people. It's all right.
He just wants to look cool.
Yeah, no. I mean, yes, but like also not around a bunch of people.
Very well then. Were you hoping to get it done today?
No, not necessarily. I didn't even think that you were going to be here, so no. I thought it was going to be quite a while.
Fair enough. Perhaps maybe if you'd give me a day to prepare, I could
Sure.
perform it tomorrow,
Sure.
if that was what you desired.
Yeah, I'd be honored.
Very well then. Would you feel comfortable leaving the heart and blood with me? I assure you I'm not going to steal it.
Yeah, sure.
It's
I
just
don't
part
care.
of the preparation.
Yeah.
Very well.
Here you go.
Yeah, she
If-
assumes that Teddy had it because Teddy was holding it up, but I think you have your
Oh.
own go.
I
Yeah,
had my own vial. Thank you very much.
Ah, I see.
yeah. I happen to have some as well, but
Were you looking to take the red?
I'm not sure. Teddy kind of narrows his eyes. I would need more research.
I see. Well, perhaps if you're
Plus,
unsure,
there's only
then
one heart, so
if you're unsure, then the answer would be no. I imagine.
plus again, only one heart, so you know.
Indeed. She takes the items from you, Gail, and just kind of places them safely on the desk here. Very well then. I shall make the preparations, and you can stop by again tomorrow.
Perfect. Do you want like midday, sun setting? Do you have a preference?
Well, I should be
Doesn't
able to
matter.
finish the preparations tonight, so it's really up to you when you want to stop by tomorrow. Also, morning would be nice, so that I don't have to. She just kind of taps her sword. You know. Be on guard.
All right. Oh, we'll play it by ear then, I guess, you know. We're busy here in Old Town.
Are you?
This, yeah, sort of, I guess. Yeah, we are.
I see. Well, if you need aid with anything, I can't much leave Grey here behind, but I'd be happy to aid you in any way I can. You lot have already proven yourselves worthy of at least a little providence, don't you think?
That's fair. Thank you for the offer. We'll be sure to take you up on it if we need you.
Very well then. You know where to find me.
Hmm? I'll make sure you know it's me.
Aye, that would be preferable.
All right. Well, I'm ready when you guys are.
All right. How do we lock the door on the way out for you?
Grey speaks up. Just replace the statue where it was and fiddle with the lever again. I should lock it. You'll know if
Okay.
you hear the cord and the click.
Okay.
Stay safe.
Have fun.
You as well, says Rinika.
Teddy bows. Makes his way out.
Very well. Yeah, you leave through the little wooden door and out back into the church proper.
What the fuck is happening?
I'm afraid I'm a little confused as well, Miss Finlay. I had almost no idea what was going on in there.
That was the reason we took the blood.
Really, I figured it was more for potion.
Well, that was the reason that was the reason I took the blood. He took the
Oh, I
blood
see, I
for
see.
the.
I still won't claim to understand it, but I suppose that's well enough.
Did you close the statue? I'm about to hit the lever.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Teddy hits the lever.
Very well. Yeah, you close the statue back into its place, and then you hit the lever, and you hear that same chord ring out across, echoing through the church hall. And then, as it fades, another small little click as the door seals itself once more.
Well, I'm not one for mindless worship, but I would say desecrating a perfectly decent church is a bit over dramatic.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm also interested in what Renika was saying about there being that smell all over this side of the room. So I'll have to keep an eye out.
I'm sure Gail will be able to help us with that now. I mean, soon enough.
Well, maybe this will allow me to just sniff it out like her.
You sound a bit congested.
Yeah. Yeah. The rest, you know.
Well, what are we doing now? Got a lot to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess we're getting some rest on, yeah.
Okay. Are you still sleeping at the other place?
No, it's just a barracks. It doesn't seem like it's a great place or anything. I'll probably just hang around here.
Okay.
You don't want us to just get you a room? or fuck with
Well,
us.
yeah, we don't know
I
what's gonna happen when they come to get Finn. So
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I suppose that's true. All right, well, I suppose we're giving that guy more money.
hopefully he's got a room available for you.
I'll sleep. I'll drink in the bar. It's fine.
Very well.
To
Then.
the tavern.
Whatever you say, man.
So you make your way out of the church back into the evening air and wander your way through town. Back through the square and off towards the dockyards where you can hear the creaking of masts and the squawking of seagulls off in the distance. And you make your way back into the tavern. Let me make sure you're all in there still. I think you are. Let's get that song and bring this song back. Oh. Yeah, you make your way back into the Fishery Tavern. Where you can still see patrons kind of milling about, some of them in more drunken states than others, some enjoying dinner. Teddy, you make your way up to the bartender who shuffles his way over to you, puts the box down, stands up on top of it.
Do you have any extra room?
I think we have one extra bed open at the moment. Would you like to snatch that up before it's gone?
Yes.
Very well then, very well
Eric
then.
puts a gold down.
He snatches it up, kind of flicks it over his fingers and tucks it away. Thank you kindly for your donation to the war effort.
No, that was my donation to you, sir.
Same thing, really.
Ah? Are you the major benefactor?
Benefactor, no. But it's not an accident that Revolutionary Army is meeting here in my tavern. It used to just be a fishery.
Ah. So you made this fishery into a tavern specifically for this. That's interesting. That's a
Aye.
smart business opportunity. Good way to, well, it depends. Are you still fishing?
The boats go in and out, of course. He just kind of points to his stock of fish and all the plates that are lining the
Ah,
tavern
yeah.
full of fish.
All right. Then yeah, this seems to be a good way of gaining funds for the army.
I
see.
think if you take a peek through history, you'll find that many a revolution started in a tavern just like this.
Ones that were previously fisheries? I see.
He ignores
Teddy
your
says with a
obvious.
smile.
Yeah. Yeah, he ignores your obvious misinterpretation of what he meant.
Bad.
Well then, rooms are upstairs.
Thank you.
Thank you for your donation.
I'm gonna nudge Teddy and kind of nod toward the crypt.
What about him?
He walked up to us earlier.
Oh. Huh.
Looks like he's got
Okay.
friends here.
Yeah, I assumed so. They were all from Trade Order. I'm surprised more of them aren't here. I figured we would see at least him. He seemed the most eager to prove himself.
So, you kind of gather near the stairway. Gil, I don't know what you're up to, but you guys can do what you wish.
Oh. I thought we were just chilling. I guess we're on this way.
So it is evening now. Time has passed as you've been traveling through town. And so you guys making your way upstairs?
Time to rest up.
Sure.
Very well. Yeah, then you make your way upstairs.
Are we not supposed to wait downstairs?
They said they'd find him when he rested.
Okay.
I thought it was
I
downstairs.
feel like we
but-
keep making up random new rules to complicate this further.
Honestly, I thought it was meet at the tavern. So
Wouldn't truly be D&D if you didn't do that.
Only we could complicate. Hey, go sleep, and we'll find you.
It is pretty straightforward instructions, I will say that. All right, yeah, so you guys make your way upstairs. And along the hall, you can see that there's kind of furniture stacked out in some of the areas of the hall. Things have been moved around to make room for beds for people to sleep. There's sort of a long hall on the southern side, where there's more beds available, and then there's several locked doors to the north.
Is this
Sounds-
open or closed?
Yeah, that one's unlocked. Yeah, you open that and find yourself in the long hall, where there's a bunch of kind of open beds.
Cool with me. Yeah.
As you kind of look around the room, you see that there's a bunch of weapon racks and things kind of splayed throughout the hall. It clearly looks like other people have definitely been living here, and you estimate that perhaps the quote unquote tavern keeper was more just banking on the fact that there was no one here right now when he sold you this room. Seems like people come and go.
I don't think twice about it.
Did you get enough to eat, Tibbs? We got a big day tomorrow.
The cake was pretty good. I think I'll make do though.
You have a big day tomorrow?
Well, it sounds like it.
So, you all kind of pick a bed and drift off. Is there anything that you're doing kind of before you try to sleep?
No, but
Oh,
there you go.
I was gonna say, do I need to do it too with my shield, or is it all good?
You can tune with it.
Cool.
I'll add it to your inventory.
Thank you.
Oh, that reminds me. What was that eye thing called? I forgot to put it in the backpack.
1 sec. It's in your inventory now.
Thank you.
Gale
Let
would
me.
do something, but I'll give you a second.
Yeah. I'm scanning notes, so I can't pay attention. It's a sea stone, like SEE.
Okay.
I'll make it up into a proper item in your inventory.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I don't know why I didn't already. I think it just slipped my mind. Actually, hang on. Let me just double check. Let me search it. Maybe I'm smarter than I think. Well, it's already there. Cool. I guess I am more prepared than I thought I was. It's in your inventory now,
Oh, thanks.
so you can reread that if you need to.
Mhm.
Gale, what would you like to do before you drift off?
Gale's he's gonna think a bit about the fortune because it was a bit odd.
Mhm.
And then after about 30 minutes of thinking about that, he starts to close his eyes, and as he's laying down, he's praying a little bit. Not really sure what to say. It's more just a conversation.
Very well.
Just talking about like
As
what's going on and
yeah,
talking
is there
about the
anything?
fortune, ask
Is
for
there anything
clarity.
you're praying to, or specifically speaking to?
Yeah, the bride and groom. The only ones I really know besides Amelina.
Very well. Can you make a quick religion check for me?
Oh God, how good are these?
Mm.
Oh,
With a 20, as you're sort of communing with the bride and groom, you just get this strange sense. It's almost impossible to actually describe aloud and to understand, but you get this very strange sense that there's something else there watching you too, Gal. You get the sense that maybe in your conversation with the bride and groom, someone else is sitting in the room.
in the room.
Not in this physical room with you right here, but
Okay.
as a metaphorical sense, right? Someone else is there's an elephant in that room, if you will.
Yeah. Does it feel
Like positive or
hateful?
negative.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel hateful. No, it feels watchful, like it's looking after you.
That's confusing. Okay.
Sort of like a mentor might watch you do something. It's just kind of sitting in there and observing.
Sure. Okay.
I'm double checking. You are doing this in your head again, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't want anyone to wake up,
Yep.
as he
Oh,
talks
yeah,
loud.
no.
All right, and then you drift off after that.
Mhm.
All right, very well. Anybody else doing anything?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. Now I guess my second question is: are you guys all going to sleep?
Nope. Teddy's
Yeah.
on watch first.
Yeah, I figured that was the answer, so I wanted to clarify.
Tibbs is going to sleep.
Sure. Going to sleep.
Yeah, is anybody alternating watches with Teddy?
Well, Teddy was gonna wake Kaj up next. But
Yeah, I'll just wake up when Teddy wakes me up.
Fair enough. All right, so yeah, a little bit into the rest. You swap out watch, and Teddy, you awake Kaj. Teddy, as you're kind of walking through the room, it's still silent, but now it's much darker. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary as you wake Kaj.
okay. Just gonna wake Kaj.
All right. So Kaj, you take your turn on watch. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary either. Do you wake somebody else up?
Yeah, I'll wake up Gale.
Shit.
All right, Gail, how do you respond to that?
The morning.
Hey, we're all, I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with Finn tonight, right? So I think we're all taking turns. Um, Teddy woke me up, so maybe Tibbs next.
Sure.
All right. Holler if you see anything.
Kaj, as you're kind of standing there over Gail. One sec. Yeah, you tell Gail that, and then he kind of agrees, and you turn back over to go back to your bed, and there's somebody sitting on Finlane's bed.
Gail, can you see in the dark?
He's the one that can't.
No.
Why? Why do you ask?
I'd rather not say. Just keep it
Does he
down.
glow at all? Conscience?
Yes, the figure does. They emit a soft glow.
Oh, actually? Oh, that's weird. That's creepy. You want me to go talk to him?
Should we?
Let's just wait here. See what happens.
All right, you
Yeah.
stand there for another minute. It's
Everyone is-
impossible to tell any reaction from the figure because they're wearing a mask.
Is it possible to see if he takes like a lethal action?
From what you can tell as you kind of squint through the darkness, Kaj, you can see better. So you kind of have a better sense of this. The figure is just kind of sitting on the edge of Finn's bed, and they're kind of kicking their legs kind of softly, and they are holding a dagger to Finn's throat.
Oh, okay. Can I see the dagger?
It's a little bit hard to make out, but they definitely have their hand somewhere near Finn's throat. But the face of the mask is looking at you two.
I just wave, like slowly.
Please, do come over. The voice is feminine.
All right, well, let's go.
Would you like to wake your friends as well? She says.
Is that all right?
Oh, please do. I wouldn't want them to miss anything.
And Tibber likes his beauty sleep.
I'm gonna kind of reach my leg up and kick every little bit.
Hmm.
Push Ruva.
We have a visitor.
Come on.
Another one? I feel like I've been meeting everybody else again. Oh,
Is this too
It's a little
close?
different.
yeah.
Good. Stand right there.
Is Finn still sleeping?
He is currently.
What's the dealio? Are you the person who's supposed to? Should I be our contact? His contact?
She spins the dagger quickly, and it just takes a tiny little slice across Finn's face, and he wakes up with a start. But he can't really sit up because she's sitting over him. And then she says, "Good morning, Finn." And he kind of sputters and, what's happening? Who are you? And she's still kind of looking at you four. She's not really looking at Finn. And she says, "You may call me Bishop." But I think I'd rather hear you all explain. I'm sure you have much to tell me, so please, do speak.
Kind of look back like, do you really want me to speak?
She's talking to the group before, to you guys.
Oh.
I'm talking. I'm looking at the others. Like,
Teddy, she did usher all of you towards. She just said to stop, like, kind of along this line where Gale
Oh,
is.
okay.
So you can approach.
All right.
She's ushered you
Yeah,
all forward.
Teddy's coming forward.
She's kind of like playing with the dagger in her hand, just kind of resting the sharp point right on Finn's sternum, and just kind of like balancing it back and forth.
Yeah.
Please do
Well,
speak.
we were told to bring him here.
You've done
We
an
brought
excellent
him
job.
here.
I do thank you for that. And Finn, I imagine you were grateful that we went to all this trouble to break you out of prison. She looks back at the four of you. Isn't that right?
What? Yeah. I mean, he's clearly needed for some reason, so.
that's what we
Hmm.
were paid our due.
Yes. We did need him out of prison. And you've all proven yourselves to be incredibly capable. Well worth the coin. Now do tell me,
So
in your
what
time,
next?
during your infiltration, did you learn anything of value? The mask is just sort of stone still. The eyes of it look as though they're smiling.
Well, sure. There's actually someone here who's trying to infiltrate the rebellion and searches for you all, us, the group. however you
Really?
wanna put it.
Who might that be? Still that stone
Horn-
smile.
Horn gentleman. Luca? Something like that. I think that's right. Luca?
Luker?
Luker.
I shall have to look into it, though I'm afraid he's barking up quite the wrong tree if he's looking for us there. She looks down towards Finn again, just kind of delicately balancing that dagger still on his chest. Now, little Finn. Did you tell them anything while you were in prison? No, I didn't. I didn't say anything. He kind of looks over towards you four. I didn't. I didn't tell anything.
Oh, no, he didn't say anything.
And we didn't ask. It wasn't
Good.
our pay grade.
Good. I'm glad. There is one thing I'm curious about, though. Now that you four are done with your job, what are your next plans?
Well, we're free if you want to hire us.
As he just said, we're clearly capable, so.
What an interesting prospect. To join the ranks of the Bandit King. What a fun idea. And I have just the job in mind. You see, in truth, you've really only completed half of your work so far. Would you like to take care of the other half?
Alright, fine.
Mm,
I really was trying to find a devil. But hey, we got one, so now I can join an order. That's pretty cool.
An order.
Yeah, the Blood Order or something like that. Order of the Heart. I'm not very good with names, but it's they like fight or hunt devils or something.
You
Seems
must
pretty
mean
fun.
the Knights of the Red.
Oh yeah, that like makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
I wouldn't waste
Yeah.
your time with such silly things as that.
Oh, why not?
There's much more important work to be done. Namely, the second half of your job. Would you like to do it? I promise it will be very simple, and then we can proceed on back to headquarters and see about you joining the ranks.
Are you gonna tell us the other half?
Oh, I think I know what the other half is.
Well, you've done such a splendid job of bringing little Finn here back to us. You know, for proof of life, of course. And, well, you've assured us that he didn't squeal at all, didn't tell anything of value. But you see, he did still fail the king. And so he must be taken care of. And, well, that's why you were hired in the first place, is it not? Bring him all the way back here to us, prove that he's not squealed, and then finish him off. So please, do the honors. She points at Finn.
Insight check, please.
Yeah, what are you trying to suss out in particular?
If she's just trying to like,
This is not going to be an easy check. She has a stone still mask over her face.
yeah, I'm just trying to gauge.
You're going to be
from
going
her
purely
voice.
on voice, yeah?
Yeah, I want to try and gauge like based off what she clearly knows. If she's just kind of like saying whatever to tie up a loose end and bring us in, and it's a bait, or if there's some kind of truth in it.
Okay. Yeah, insight check it.
I'm real good at these. Let's go -1.
With a 15, all you can surmise about this figure, Bishop, is that she definitely wants you to do what she's telling you to do, and she's having an absolutely splendid time telling you to do it. That's all you get.
Yep, that's about right.
Well then. Shall we?
I mean, it does make sense.
Indeed it does. It is what we hired you to do, after all. Finlane kind of is like warily looking at you guys now, as she says that that's what you were hired to do.
However, he's very useful. He took down a banshee.
You see the mask kind of turn back to Finn. And then back to you guys.
He works very well with this group. I think it would be a shame to lose him. We
That
wouldn't
may be.
as
That may be. But I'm afraid orders are orders. Would you like to do the honors, or should I? You sense a smile when she says, should I?
Teddy's gonna look at Kosh for a second.
As you're kind of looking across at each other, she looks back to Finn and she goes, poor little Finn. This is what they were leading you towards the whole time. Surely you must have known. And he just kind of stutters and glances back between Bishop and you guys. And then she turns back towards you four. Do I have my answer? Or are we just going to stand here all night? You guys can talk about what you want to do, like, out of character. Don't worry about that.
Okay. All right, 1 second. Guys.
The moment slows as time begins to
Yeah.
stand still.
You want to
You
get
all
her?
glance at each other, and words are exchanged in just the glances.
Okay. What's going on here? Because Teddy is literally just about to go over there and kill Finley because he won't let you guys do it, and he's not gonna let her do it.
I'm about to entangle to see if I can grab her.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna get close. I could get close and act like I'm gonna do it, and then hold person.
I don't think she's
Or you
here.
could let the guy without magic go up and try to fake it, and
And then try and hold person at a distance.
I mean, yeah, or I could just kill him.
I don't think they're here.
Oh, that's a good point. It is literally magic, or like they emanate magic when I look at them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a check Gale can perform to help this. This suspicion you have.
Gail would like to do so, please.
Arcana Gale.
Oh, I'm supposed to be good.
Please do. Wait, hold on, chat. Someone have inspiration.
Begging for inspiration.
Please,
Gale got a
I'm begging
7.
for
They're
inspiration.
begging you,
Oh
chat.
my.
We
I
can't use our own
begging
points.
Well,
I
well,
can't
well.
use my
Resorted
own
to
point.
begging.
Eh,
Well, I mean, you got one from Chibi.
Oh.
Okay, thank you.
better
Chibi.
use that shit, otherwise that's sad.
I wasn't going to sit there all day, but that was pretty quick, so you can use it. You want to re-roll that, Gale?
Okay.
Mm,
Please, please.
I don't know if I want to use it.
What?
What?
All right. Don't like pity.
Oh my god.
A 20. With a 20, Gale, you surmise that there is certainly magic going on with Bishop, but you also surmise that there is a physical form here in the room. Something is holding that dagger.
I mean,
And you can obviously tell that because Finn was actually injured by it.
right. Well, I mean, we can risk it and try and stop them, but there is a chance that they die before they can even tell us anything. And then it's just kind of pointless.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And we're found
fair.
out. But I mean, I'm open to trying if you guys want to try.
You're assuming we
Um,
don't get fucking clapped here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
There's that
I was
too.
like-
Yeah,
I was like, oh
Right.
yeah, sure.
it's
Can I-
100% possible.
Can I see the dagger that they're holding?
Mhm.
Does it look made of metal?
It's thin and sharp, and it certainly looks made of metal.
Okay.
So we
Like
can
which
go-
Well, I have one idea, but I'm waiting for
Yep.
somebody to get over there.
Okay, Teddy's gonna go over there.
I'm going. He climbs over the fucking thing.
All right, Teddy's also
Um,
moving forward now.
I'm waiting for a signal from Tibbs then, and then I'm going to cast
Uh,
heat metal on the dagger.
As Tibbs walks forward, you just get a hand towards you, Teddy. Just one, please. Thank you.
Okay.
She still has the dagger resting on Finn's chest. Well then, is it you who's going to do the honors? The mask swivels to you, Tibber.
I guess so.
How exciting. Please, go ahead.
Am I using your dagger?
You can use whatever you wish. Finlane, would you like to choose? You sense another smile in her voice. But Finlane just shakes his head. Well then, suppose it's up to you then, friend.
He'll hold out his hand for the dagger.
Interesting. She hands it to you.
Thanks. Sorry, friend. He'll, two hands, pull it back over behind his head, and lift the thumb up.
Finlane is going to make a constitution save.
Alright.
Modified by how much he trusts the four of you. He succeeds. He closes his eyes.
He, lifts his left thumb towards Kash.
Okay, since you have her dagger, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and bolt her then.
Very well.
I hold person.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gil, you can. But I'll let Kaj go first, just because he said it first. But you guys kind of all react pretty simultaneously because you have this sort of this nod between you of the agreed upon plan. So Tibbs, you kind of give the signal. Kaj, you kind of point towards her and send a streak of light right at her, which she doesn't make any effort to dodge. So it just sort of slams into her and sears at the long coat that she's wearing. Gale, as you start to summon up magic, you sense something else going on here. There's a spell in play here, Gale.
Oh,
That's all I'll
like
tell you.
she's casting.
It's already been cast. There's something happening. There's magic that is like kind of existing on her. There is a spell in play, basically, that's being persistently cast.
Is she glowing from the guiding bolt?
Well,
if his hands
glowing doubly so for Gale.
Well, in the same motion that like he did that, he would have dropped the dagger and grabbed his sword from behind his head and like swung on at her.
Right. Yeah, you swing down and it goes right across her chest and opens up a big slash across her jacket. She doesn't make any reaction to it.
Can I look around and look for another person or being?
You look around, the room seems to be
Step
empty.
out the door. Look for someone.
All right, yeah, that'll take slightly longer, so someone else will get to do something in between that. But yeah, you take a look out the door. You don't see anyone in the hall. But the figure in the robe, Bishop, just kind of sees all this happen. She gets blasted, and kind of the edges of her coat are all burned, and the sword slashes across her, and she just says, "Disappointing, but expected." And then she just sort of flicks the wrist of her jacket, and there's another dagger in her hand that she plunges towards Finlay. Tibbs, you can use your reaction to try to stop it.
Yeah.
Since you're standing within 5 feet.
Yeah.
All right, athletics.
Oh, don't fail me now.
So this will be a sliding scale. There's varying degrees of success and failure. All right. Yeah, with a 21, you knock kind of quickly with the hilt of your sword. You knock the dagger aside, and it sinks into the bed and pulls up only straw. Someone else can act. Gale, you can come back in. Teddy, you can do something.
Come back in.
Teddy's going to Istova and shoot at this person.
All right. Yeah, make a roll to hit. Since you're a little further away.
Roll.
I want to know. You're not going to miss, but I want to know what part you hit based on your roll.
21.
All right, with the 21, your arrow goes right through the mask and just sort of lodges there. And the mask falls away.
I wanted that.
The mask falls away, split in two by the arrow. And you just see this shifting, amorphous mass. It looks like liquid, but dark black.
Okay. Does it also get the cold damage?
Yeah. You see frost spreading across the jacket, but still the figure Bishop makes no reaction to the violence at all. She just says, well, I suppose this was never really going to be much fun in the end anyway. She's trying to do something, Gale.
Counterspell.
Very well. You can counterspell what she's trying to do, or you can counterspell her entirely. Your choice. Because she is glowing with magic.
Fuck. counterspelling her wouldn't necessarily end or prevent her from her action, though, right? Whenever she's casting.
It might. You don't know what it's going to do.
You cool with me going with it, guys? Going for it?
Your choice.
Yep.
Yeah, I might try and counterspell her when the thought comes in my head.
Very well. Yeah, as soon as you realize that that magic on her is sort of an active spell that you can disrupt, you counterspell it, and you see that glow just all of a sudden disappear as you dispel it, and the shifting kind of liquid that was inside the hood just begins to kind of melt away slowly. The figure begins to lose shape, and you just hear the last sort of echoing vestige of Bishop's voice just say, "You've made your bed now. You will have to lie in it." And then this inky black liquid just spreads across the bedsheet, and only a coat remains. And the night air is silent.
Shit.
Fuck.
Well, that's that, I guess.
That didn't quite go how I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, at least Finn's still alive.
Yeah, Finn's kind of just clutching his chest where the dagger was aimed, and he's looking at the slash mark in the bed next to him, where you knocked it away, and he's just kind of breathing heavily. Just, I wasn't quite expecting that.
Hmm.
And he sits up in bed.
Closes the door and just lean against it.
What now?
Well, I mean, job done.
Yeah. Was it?
Finn is just kind of sitting there in silence. You sense a sort of a wariness about him.
Should we tell him everything?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Finn. We lied to you.
I
We
surmised that much. She said you were here to kill me the whole time.
Oh, yeah, no, that was actually a lie.
Yeah.
She's crazy. Um, we're we're not actually mercenaries. I think you kind of picked up that
Well, we kind of are mercenaries, but not what
Yeah.
you were thinking for.
Yeah, all right. Instead of us being like bandit mercenaries, you know, Silvervein, we're the ones that took care of that.
Really? That was you all?
Yeah, and for it, we got like a commendation from the king, and he wanted us to join his King's Guard.
You're Kingsguard members.
Yeah, newly.
New, yeah, barely got our feet wet.
He's kind of conflicted. He's furrowing his brow. I see, that changes a lot.
We were just told to try and find out stuff about the Bandit King because food kept getting taken from the people, and the king wanted the people to get the aid. So,
He stares at the ground. I know about that part, at least.
and apparently because the aid has been taken, the people downstairs think the king hasn't done anything for them and are now going to attack him for his supposed tyranny.
Yes, I think their sentiments might be misplaced. They
Yeah.
probably ought to, well, turn their swords against people like me. You
You have proven that you're not a bad person. You just felt upon bad times. A lot of people are like that right now. It's tough out there.
Well, that means a lot coming from you, but I don't mean to run away from my sin. What now?
Anyways, yeah, she was lying. We never were going to kill you.
But why would
Well,
she?
Well, unless you tried to kill us,
Unless
but
you tried, yeah.
Why would she bluff like that?
Why would she do that? Because this is funny for her. There was they had a chance to grab up 4 capable people for their orders, and we would have had your blood on our hands. And yeah,
He rubs his cheek where it's actively bleeding and says, I didn't find it nearly as funny.
well, it wasn't funny at all. But I'm glad you're not too scratched up.
He eyes the stab mark in his bed, kind of glances at you, Tibber, and just says, "Oh, I'm glad that as well. Thank you."
yep.
I feel like I
well-
could probably mend that coat, though. That's a nice coat.
He kind of looks at the coat that's lying there. He just kind of shivers. Says, You're welcome to it. I don't want anything to do with that.
It is gonna take the coat.
Since we're telling the
Um,
truth, we might as well express who we really are. Well,
Oh,
you and I are.
you and yes, okay. Hmm. Well,
My name's actually Gale.
They're actually very short. It's very funny.
no, I'm not. I'm
You
not.
totally are.
No, I'm
Is-
not.
This person's actually a woman.
No, I'm not.
You're pretty short.
He looks
Oh
at
my-
you, Gale, and he just goes, well, they did call you Gale an awful lot of times.
Yeah, the Gale
Yeah.
thing was kind of a. All right, hold on
tried.
a second. Let me just don't look over here, okay?
Is this something to do with your potions?
Yeah, the potions.
I see. Are you dispelling the potion? Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's gonna go under like the blanket and stuff, kind of like move around
There's a reason they're the fiercest here.
They have stage fright.
You'll see why in a sec.
and change. Oh, jeez, he's so big.
For chat, you're off camera right now. It's really funny. So you can just walk back in as whatever you want.
Okay, but I can't because I'm very large.
I'll do that. Well, I have to look at it now. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
You didn't see that chat.
and
Just walk in as big river.
yeah, I know. Hey, and then
See, look, they're very short.
no. Okay, so hi.
They're literally up to my chest.
Hello.
We get like the sitcom laugh when they walk on stage.
Okay. My name's Ruva. Why are you guys? This isn't funny. This is who I am to my brothers. We're orphans, by the way, and
Oh, come on, man.
Most of us.
well, most of
Really?
us are orphans, and
Well,
Hey,
so am
we
I.
grew
Yeah.
up together. Oh, yeah.
1-0.
Yeah, I don't think he. I don't think he. I don't know that he necessarily expressed that to all of you guys. I think he told only Teddy that.
You can replace Tibber since he's not
Yeah.
really an orphan.
You're
Hey,
right.
come
You're
on,
right.
man.
One of us
I'm
when
just
he
kidding.
is.
I love
That's
you, Tibber.
perfect.
Well, it's nice to meet you. You said so. Your name's not actually Teddy, then.
No. And in fact, Teddy's name's not really Teddy. It's
Really?
Denzi. But they refuse
Why
to
was
call him Denzi. But
why?
because they're terrible people.
He just kind of laughed.
But I'm Ruva. Nice to meet you officially.
Well, I suppose yes, officially. Nice to meet you as well.
I'm really sorry for lying. I didn't lie a lot to you, if that's any uh if that's any
Consolation.
consolation.
I understand. I suppose when you all found me, I probably was someone worthy of being lied to. And I did sense some truth in some of your words when we talked around the campfire. So I won't hold it
Yes.
against you.
I wasn't lying then.
I won't hold it against you.
One other thing that I probably shouldn't tell, but since we're all being very truthful right now, it's not a disguise potion thing. I do have a disguise potion, but
Really?
I
What is it
kind
then?
of I can kind of change.
You mean like a Doppler?
Yes.
A what?
He looked a little
A Doppler.
disappointed when you said it wasn't a potion, but he brightens up again when you say yes, like a Doppler. Really? Well, that's
Yes.
even more amazing.
What the hell's a Doppler?
Oh, thank you. These guys kind of make me stay one or two people because they don't like the changes.
Rude?
Never said that.
Well, I appreciate
Not
the
at
changes.
all.
It was
Right,
really
though.
interesting.
Ruva is just all smiles now.
It's nice to
but
have Ruba back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
John for a second.
You know I'm gonna have to go downstairs as Teddy again, right? You know this can't stay. They're gonna wonder where he went. A giant tiefling just suddenly turns
A
into
medium
a.
tiefling.
What do you mean?
Oh my goodness.
Luker's already down there.
Oh yeah, that guy, dickhead.
That guy
For sure.
stinks.
That guy lost to us to become Kingsguard, and now we fucking switch sides. Imagine
Joined
that.
side. I know it's just so weird.
that was
I
how
do
you knew
kinda
him
want-
then.
Yeah,
He's like pieced
Beat
it
his
together in
ass,
his
like-
head.
a couple weeks ago.
I see. Oh, yeah, he did have a look of recognition. Even if you all said that you didn't know him, it certainly seemed like you did. I was wondering awful hard about that.
Yeah, which is also kind of dangerous because he does know that we're Kingsguard, so
Complicates things, yes.
he gets the yapping. Not too good.
Do you think he will?
No.
Well, either way, this place probably isn't super safe for us to be in, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think we should probably leave.
it's a good idea.
Gotta do
I
that
guess we could
ritual
talk
first.
to Abel. And I have to get my fortune.
We can just go to the church, right?
Abel.
Yeah.
Let's
Who's-
just talk to
Who's
the
Abel?
church people. Ruva smiles. How about we go now? Because I don't feel safe here.
Sounds good.
He looks again at the slash mark on his bed. Fair enough. Gives a little shiver.
But what if we bring that mess to Runica?
She'll beat their asses.
Runica's pretty capable, right?
It'll be fine.
Alright.
I mean, she's here by herself, and she was here walking around by herself, so.
That's fair. Okay.
Very well
I
then.
just
Shall we leave?
do the thing earlier.
Yeah.
All right, I've not much to pack up, so let's head out then.
You know what? I've decided I don't really care if they wonder where Teddy went. So I'm just gonna stay like this.
Yeah, that's right. Be comfortable in your own small skin.
Oh my goodness. I'm never my own skin. You don't understand.
Come on, Ruva.
Besides, that would be dangerous.
Good job, Tibbs, by the way.
Huh?
Nice block on that dagger. That's good. I didn't see the second.
That's purely instinct. Not gonna lie.
Very well. So you head back down the stairs to leave the tavern, but we'll end here because we're already 20 minutes over. I didn't want to interrupt because things were going great, but now that there's a little bit of a pause here, we'll wrap up for the night. All right. No, I can do the updated token. You said that you wanted to something to be fixed on it, so I didn't
Yeah,
I didn't use the version that Chibi sent me because you said you wanted to make an adjustment to it first, and then I never got a
'cause
second one.
They're
So
supposed to be goggles.
okay, so yeah,
And
if
so I was like, well, I don't want to like make you put in the token in one spot everywhere, and then have to switch
oh, don't
out
worry.
every single token. Ah,
Nah, it's not that hard because I just copy the group as they are currently when you leave a place, and then I just delete whatever's on that of you guys on the next one, and I just put in the copy version. So it's really not that much work to replace tokens on the actual maps themselves. And
okay.
making another version, just updating the art for Ruva is pretty easy. So just send me the finished copy, and I'll update it
Yeah,
for next time.
Chiefs, can you do that whenever?
Yeah, Chibi just message it to me, and I'll make the update.
Cool.
Alrighty, lots happened in that session. Lots of interesting things.
Did you have to make the witch hot?
Required.
I think we all knew the answer to that.
Sure, anyone in D&D that's not hot. Jesus.
Actually, that's true. Overall, there's like a lot. It reminds me of that meme with Bilbo. It's like, of course, why shouldn't I? Why shouldn't I make my D&D character bi or something like that?
I feel targeted.
All right. Off the top of our heads, does anything interfere with next week?
Nope.
No.
I do have like a little bit of stuff towards the end of June, and then kind of mid through July, but I'll update closer to that. It's that I'm fine for next week, but I think maybe the week after might be a little touch and go. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay.
So next week we will pencil ourselves in for a yes, 7 p.m. Eastern, as was tonight. Next Monday. Sounds good. Alrighty. Yeah, that was an interesting session. We got a lot of stuff done. A lot of interesting things happen. Lots to think about. If you want, I can take those fortunes and put them in your Discord chat, so that you don't have to always look at them in Roll20.
Sure.
Yeah.
I put mine in my
nice.
notes.
Yeah, my
Oh,
here
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I figured you probably snagged them, but I'll put them there just so everybody else can see them too.
Hmm.
Edit the text onto a fortune cookie. I'm not doing all that work, and it definitely wouldn't fit. But that is a funny idea, Chibi. Alrighty. So, for those who are new around here. If you want stream updates and stuff like that, then follow me on Twitter at this link here. And if you want to join the community and see where I'm posting all those little poems that I wrote, the fortunes, then you can join our Discord at this link here. It's not just for the players; it's for anybody who wants to take part. We got a lot of different channels, meme channels, and art channels, and all sorts of stuff. So you can check that out. If you want to go back and get caught up on this campaign, or maybe the first season of this group, or even other campaigns that take place in the same persistent world, then you can check out the archive on YouTube, where I move all the VODs, and go and get caught up. Do your homework so that you're ready for next time. As for your extracurricular homework, if you want to read more about the living world of Grand Lorien, where I run all my campaigns, and maybe glean some information about this kingdom that they're in, or maybe some of those gods that we talked about, like the bride and groom or Amelina, or even some of the factions and other things, you can check out the World Anvil at this link here, and take a peek at it. There's lots to read there, lots of lore. So if you're interested in this world and want to fully understand everything that goes on, and get all the little Easter eggs that I slip into each campaign, then you can do so through that link there. And well, that's about all I have for you tonight. So we will we'll wrap up here. And if you want to watch more streams, the next 3 crowns will be Monday, but I am going to stream on Wednesday and probably Friday as well. I think we're gonna continue with Disco Elysium on Wednesday, because we're making good progress, and I want to play the game, but I can't play it without you guys. So I don't want you guys to miss anything. We're performing some excellent detective work, and we're solving the game before the game solves itself. So yeah, we'll do some of that, probably 7 or 8 on Wednesday. Look to the Twitter for the stream time. So that's what's coming up on the channel. And other than that, have a good night. I will send you guys quickly to Kat, because Kat is streaming. Kat from our Dreamwalker campaign, who played Nightshade in that campaign. She's streaming, I think, some Dragon Quest. So I will send you all there. Dragon Quest 3. Go check that out. Have a good time there. Be nice. And go say hello. Thank you all for watching. Take care. And have a good night.
Good night, chat.
Good night.
Bye.